with no signs of improving. But there's every chance it's not as bad as you may think.
Yes, it is, Jason Statham. Yes, it is. So as I'm sure you've all probably heard of What Culture Wrestling. What Culture Wrestling uploads several wrestling videos with several topics. Problem is though, is that they're a little bit on the positive WWE side. The problem with What Culture itself is that, yeah, you know, there are times where it can be entertaining, but there are times where they get things completely wrong. One being this video. Why WWE's TV ratings aren't as bad as what you think. Now, I like to think the What Culture were on meth, PCP, and probably sniffing glue when they actually said this, okay? But the fact remains is that I'm going to be proven why TV ratings do matter and why this video is a big load of fucking crap.
Why? Here's why. Right, cards on the table. WWE's ratings right now suck. They're as bad as they were back in 1996, and as we all know, 1996 was terrible. It gets even worse when you take into account what's happening with TV at the moment as well. It's a fact that most shows are actually posting lower numbers than they did in the past. Hell, even the USA Network, which carries Raw and SmackDown, is down overall. The TV, right now, not good.
I'm sorry, what? TV not good right now, that's it? Finito? You literally just... The biggest entertainment platforms in America and the world, television, you just say, well, you know, television, everything's gone down, let's just dismiss it. Yeah, I know we all watch television, you know, I know all about that, but no, let's just dismiss it. An entertainment device that's been going on for nearly 50 years. Yeah, nearly 50 years. No, we'll just scrap that. That's irrelevant now. Just because the cool kids don't watch Raw on television right now, yeah. And by the way, I'm going to get to that in a second. First of all, your point, Mr. Jason Statham, is dog poo, okay? How can you turn around and say and just dismiss television like that? Okay, so a lot of people are going to say to me, well, what's good on television? Mr. Robot, Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a perfect example of a show on television that gets massive ratings and viewership. You can't just dismiss television and say, well, all the cool kids are streaming right now. Not only that, but WWE aren't going to get enough money on online than they are on television. In fact, YouTube now have lowered the price for monetization on YouTube, okay? They get more business and more money on advertisers on television than what they would online at this point. Now, it's just ridiculous to me how you just completely dismissed television. You knew that this was a key point to this video, you didn't address it, and you just dismiss it like it's completely nothing, Mr. Statham. Okay? I don't know what the hell's going on here, man.
But here's the problem. Despite all these figures and trends, the WWE's ratings are lower than the curve. Now, I'm not going to stand here and bore you with stats and numbers. You can look at me, and you can look at the screen here on count, staring, be really bored. But that's the headline.
So basically what you're saying is WWE's ratings are falling even more rapidly than any other television program here. But then you turn around and say, oh, well, don't worry about the figures. You don't need to worry about that. We'll just get our incentive, give our opinion, and just take our word for it without anyone doing any goddamn research. How can you turn around and say in this video that WWE's Raw is on the down curve, but then turn around and say that it doesn't matter? If it's on a down curve, that's even worse than just the ratings trickling down at a steady pace. There might be a chance that it might spike up. But because WWE have gone down rapidly, then that could show you why the show is terrible right now. The characters in WWE are there's no investment in them anymore. There's no main storylines for people to be invested in. And that is complete and utter bullshit. I'm sorry, Mr. Statham, it is.
Stuff like Netflix and streaming services have eaten into TV's popularity, but even with all that, WWE is still a bit lower still.
So you just admitted that this video is completely pointless. You just said that if WWE's are trying to compete with Netflix and Hulu with this WWE network, yet their viewership and their subscribers is still low compared to these other ones, then pretty much what is the point in this video? I personally believe you did this video just to get the hits. I'm sorry, What Culture. Listen, there's a lot of those guys that are What Culture that I think can be great people that are fantastic. But videos like this is just angering wrestling fans. And you're just trying to brainwash these younger fans into thinking that nothing's wrong. Okay? I don't know whether you guys are being paid by WWE. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it is a complete and utter joke that you just said that. You just said that you don't need to worry about all the facts and figures. Nothing's wrong. And then immediately afterwards, no joke, immediately after the last point I just made, he turned around. Well, it's still down, compared to that, it's completely down.
Two things we've got to take into account when we start talking about stuff like this. And the first is social media. Have you seen WWE social media?
So you're comparing TV ratings to Twitter now. We're comparing it to a site that literally just gives their opinion on a television show. That's the point you're making. How can you come to this conclusion when Twitter is nothing like television? Facebook is nothing like television. Instagram is nothing like television. Now, let's just bear in mind, let's play devil's advocate. Let's just say with the social media stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all these other stuff, let's just say they're exactly the same, alright? Mick Foley's Twitter account barely gets 200 retweets. In fact, the controversial tweet that he made about Kiss My Arse wrestling fans only got 200 retweets. In fact, some of these wrestlers barely even pass 50 to 100 retweets unless you're a John Cena. So that should show you that wrestlers aren't even invested into going into their Twitter accounts and checking out what they're saying. So again, this point is completely invalid.
It basically just gobbles people up, be that on YouTube, Twitter or Facebook. Individual wrestlers alone have huge followers.
John Cena and maybe Roman Reigns and maybe Randy Orton might be on Twitter. But again, the point that I just said, Twitter, you can't put Twitter in the same realm as television. Twitter is for people that talk about a show. Television is actually the show, okay? So you can't compare the two. But let's just say, again, hypothetically, you're correct. The problem is with what you're saying is that some of these wrestlers barely even get some of these followers and retweets, as I previously said. Mick Foley, a general manager at WWE, did a very controversial retweet, only got 200 retweets. Compared to the landscape of WWE, that is completely horrible. Now, let's just say, in terms of the mass production of Twitter right now, okay? Some of these WWE wrestlers can't even be arsed tweeting about it. In fact, some of these wrestlers and WWE hire managers to represent them on Twitter. So the people that are actually retweeting certain fans and talking about the WWE product, it isn't even them. Now, there are some people where it is them, but just look at Randy Orton. Randy Orton is barely on Twitter. He did get into the Black Lives Matter thing for a brief moment, but way before that, he's barely on Twitter. In fact, I don't even remember the last time Sami Zayn was on Twitter. A lot of these wrestlers have Twitter accounts for the sake of having Twitter accounts so they can they can actually get on a trend. But that's a fact. The fact remains is that WWE's Twitter accounts aren't even really managed by the wrestlers themselves.
And WWE as a brand, forget about it. It's massive. The most important of these is, of course, YouTube. The thing you're using right now to see me.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Pleasure to meet you. There's plenty of evidence out there to suggest that your average Raw TV viewer is about 40 years old and is a man. Now, he's probably been around since the Hogan era, he's passionate about the product, so he doesn't go anywhere.
This was the main point why I made this video. You can put all these points aside, but this point really made me goddamn angry. This man literally just said, the people that watch wrestling for their entire lives that are over the age of 40, guys that actually want to watch WWE and actually are grown adults, guys that actually have been watching it since the Hogan era that have paid massive amounts of money for WWE, forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, forget about them. They're old. They're not as cool as us cool kids, huh? Jason Statham here. This is what made me angry. I know a lot of guys like Jeffrey Rose is a perfect example. Are you?
The new Chevy Malibu, dramatic in form and function with available teen driver technology. Find your tag and get 16% of MSRP cash back on select Malibus, or lease Malibu for $199 a month at Raymore Chevrolet.
Are you just gonna get rid of a guy called Jeffrey? Get rid of Jeffrey Rose, a guy that's been watching this WWE product for years and years and years, and you're just gonna cast him aside like that? A man that's probably paid massive amounts of money to WWE, that has watched the WWE product for years and years and years, and you're just going to say, you're over the age of 40, and you know, I'm not the only one that thinks this. I'm 25 years of age, and I agree with some of these guys, alright? But the fact that you're trying to pigeonhole people in some age group to say that this isn't true is completely ridiculous. Forget about it. Forget about it. You're over the age of 40. You may go home to the nursing home because the cool cats are in town.
So that guy is no good to marketing and all that jazz.
Again, as I previously said, these guys that's been watching this since the Hogan era, that have been watching this for years and years and years, you're just going to cast them aside like that, and you're just going to turn around and say, well, they don't generate the money, so we'll just toss them aside. That's incredibly bad. Now, don't get me wrong, you obviously have to get young viewers for WWE. I understand that completely. But to alienate an entire older group and say, forget about it, get rid of them, because they don't make enough money for WWE. First of all, this point is complete and utter donkey poo, okay? And let me explain why. Most kids have to get their parents to buy the actual products and stuff like that. However, most older fans will actually go to live shows, buy the t-shirts, buy everything, buy collectibles. Perfect example is a guy named Gemini. Gemini collects WWE DVDs. That's his hobby, okay? That guy generates a shitload of money for WWE. The amount of DVDs that this guy has bought for World Wrestling Entertainment is crazy, okay? And you're just going to turn around and say that the marketing doesn't suit a guy like Gemini, a guy that has literally forked out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to WWE's DVD collection. You can't just alienate an entire age group and say, forget about it. It's completely and utterly ridiculous.
You see, marketing and all that jazz loves the youth, because the youth is more likely to spend more money. That's what the youth does.
Yes, the youth that has to have massive student fees, pay out massive amounts of loans to universities and colleges, and literally need to pay for textbooks, laptops, computers, USB devices for their own college, is going to pump out massive amounts of money to WWE. What would you rather gain money from? One age demographic that literally doesn't particularly like the WWE product. Let's be honest. There are some teenagers that do like the WWE product. But however, most of them are watching Walking Dead, Breaking Bad. They're watching products that are actually for their age demographic and doesn't treat them like children. The main reason why a lot of the teenage group and a lot of the older group is leaving is because WWE is aiming for a younger demographic. The problem is, though, with the comedy from WWE, essentially, has completely ruined that. Why would a teenager watch a show that treats them like children? It's completely irrelevant. But back to my original point, you just turned around and said that you would rather have mass amounts of money from teenagers that literally go to university, that have to pay student fees, and not aim for someone who actually has an established job and actually generates money on their own. So you're not going to aim for that demographic, but you're going to aim for a demographic that literally would rather watch something else than this product and has to pay massive amounts of money to student loans and everything else. So again, this point is donkey poo.
If you're part of this group, however, you've become used to a certain way of having content delivered, and by and large it's quick, accessible chunks. You don't want to sit there and be bored. You want to have something thrown in your face, enjoy it, finish it, and then move on to your next slice of entertainment.
So you just admitted that the product is bad. You literally just admitted that the product is bad. You just said, all us crazy kids, we have to go to YouTube to get little things that are little digestible, little bites of WWE. Now, whose fault is that? Is that the TV ratings, or is that the actual product? Because what you just said in this video is that you just turned around and just said, it doesn't really matter, because, the product's bad, but WWE's going to do great with YouTube. As I previously pointed out, monetization on YouTube right now has fallen. The rates for monetization has fallen because most people now are uploading videos on YouTube. And with more people uploading on YouTube, that means the monetization price has gone down. That's also not including people that have actually signed with partnership deals that take a chunk out of their money for viewership on YouTube as well. Anyone that is from that demographic and has watched so far into this video will know that if you're uploading videos on YouTube and have a partnership deal, most of that money gets taken away.
That's what YouTube is. So if this individual has the choice to sit through 3 hours of Raw, which is grueling at the best of times,
again, just admitted that the product was bad,
or watch highlights on YouTube, what do you think they're going to do? Hell, I'm old, and I know which one I'm going for, and it is not the former, although that is what I do every Monday night, so I can up and down things on Tuesday. So I do sit through 3 hours of Raw, each and every week.
Again, just admitted that the product was wrong. So how can you turn around and say 3 hours of grueling Raw, but there's nothing wrong with the TV ratings? We should just completely ignore that. You just said in the video, man. You just said in this video that the product is bad. So if you're saying that the product is bad and it's grueling for 3 hours, then that means that the product is bad. Am I going mad here? Am I the only one here that sees this crap?
But this isn't the most devastating time as some people would have you believe. In fact, lulls such as this often serve as the catalyst for huge boom periods in pro wrestling.
So let me get this straight. In order for your company to be successful, you have to hit rock bottom to get back up. What? What the hell are you talking about, son? What the hell are you talking about? The main priority for business is to keep making profit, to keep moving forward, to keep going up. So you're literally going to risk your entire business on something that probably won't even work eventually. It's ridiculous. And for you to say, well, there might be a boom at the end of this. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be a boom at the end of this. No, there's not, okay? How can you turn around and say that there's a boom when WWE got its lowest rating ever? They got a 1.88, not a 1.75 last week. This week right now was the lowest viewership ever since 1996, ever. Even some of the viewership in 1996 didn't even get this level right now. And who's to blame? It's not the TV rating. It's the product itself that's terrible.
You already mentioned 1996 when a pre-WCW Kevin Nash and Co. was struggling to make the WWE a success. It was so bad, many analysts predicted the company was doomed. It was the end. To be run into the ground. But it wasn't. What actually happened was the complete opposite. Stone Cold Steve Austin came along, the business caught on fire, and we had the most profitable period in wrestling ever.
But the major difference is, though, with back then, they had Stone Cold Steve Austin, they had The Rock, they had Mankind, they had wrestlers that people were actually invested in, and when people are actually invested in these wrestlers, they're going to fork out massive amounts of money, and they're going to watch every single show. The problem with today's WWE is that a lot of these wrestlers that are in WWE right now don't have investment. Some of their characters haven't even been utilized yet. Most of these characters in WWE have the, I traveled around the world and I did this and I did that, and I travel around the world and, I'm a nice guy here and blah, blah, blah. The problem is with that is because Stone Cold Steve Austin actually had an established character. The problem is with the WWE product right now is that people that are in WWE right now don't have established characters. Sami Zayn is a perfect example. Sami Zayn, what is his actual character? Here's a guess for you new viewers out there that have watched so far. What is Sami Zayn's character? I'll wait. He wears race trunks, wears a cap, and looks like he's going to a golf court. Or course, should I say. That's basically Sami Zayn's character. So you can't turn around and say that the boom's going to happen because of what happened in the Attitude Era and blah, 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 blah. Because the difference is, though, in the Attitude Era is that Stone Cold Steve Austin's character was actually established. The problem is with the current WWE product right now is that the characters aren't established. I thank you very much. Now, the next point that this guy says, Mr. Statham says, is basically makes this video a complete waste of time. Check it out.
Massive. Now that doesn't mean that is going to happen, but it doesn't mean that isn't going to happen either. Given that the new era is still in its infancy, and that WWE are now trying new things they never have before, like bringing in indie guys 10 years ago they wouldn't have even seen, it's all in place. It could happen. Let's hope so.
So, pretty much, you don't know. You don't know. So, if you don't know, then why did you make this video? Also, on your point of these indie guys, again, as I previously said, a lot of these indie guys, yeah, they might be great in the ring, but they don't have established characters. The problem is with some of these indie guys is that they're not great on the microphone. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, is good on the microphone. He's a rare exception. But the problem is with a lot of these indie guys, they have no charisma. They don't ooze it. And it shows with the ratings and the viewership that's coming on with WWE. In fact, if you look at their YouTube channel, they have what? Multiple millions of subscribers when they barely maybe get 1 million, maybe 2 million. So literally, only 1/5 of the YouTube channel is watching the videos, while the other half isn't even tuning into it. So you can't turn around and say that YouTube's a massive demographic for that as well. So that's completely wrong. Also, you're turning around saying that they have indie guys in here. Fingers crossed it might work. That's not great business strategy. How can you do something in business and just see if it's okay? You have to have certainty. Now, don't get me wrong, in business you have to take risks, but they have to be calculated risks. They have to be calculated risks where there's a percentage that you will win. There's risks in business, don't get me wrong, but this indie stuff, just saying, let's just hope it happens. Fingers crossed. It's not going to work. I'm sorry, it's just not. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Like, I do make jokes about what culture, and I like to make jokes about Adam, but all in all, I never thought I would make a video response, but it's kind of funny how I just uploaded the TV ratings, and then they upload saying the ratings don't really matter. As I said, I'm nothing against this guy at all. You know, I'm sure he's probably a smart wrestling fan, but I just think this was just an overall terrible video, and I just wanted to use this as an example to say that the reason also why I wanted to make this video is because I want younger fans to bear this in mind, okay? Don't take other YouTubers' words for it. Come up with your own mind. As a matter of fact, don't even take my word for it, okay? Come up with your own conclusion, okay? You have to do that. That is why we're on this earth, to actually take opinions and make up our own. Don't just take another guy's word for it and just take it as fact. It's not. As I pointed out multiple occasions in this video, that most of this video was garbage. But like I said, you don't have to agree with me on this indie thing. If you like indie wrestling, that's completely up to you. Listen, fair play to you, fantastic, absolutely excellent. But all I'm saying is to not take some of these guys' opinions as fact, as I pointed out in this video. Like I said, I don't have anything wrong with these guys from What Culture at all, not really. But I really just wanted to point this out just to state that, and that's why I didn't rant and rave and go crazy in this video, because I want to be respectable, and I hope What Culture are respectable with my opinion as well. Like I said, it's up to those guys. I'm sure they're probably not even going to watch this video and even respond to me. And but like I said, to What Culture is that you can't honestly say that every single wrestling fan is an indie fan. Guys like myself don't really care about this indie stuff. We really don't. I'm not invested in it. I'm 25 years of age right now, and I personally feel as if WWE's product needs to aim more story-driven rather than having two indie wrestlers saying that they traveled around the world and that they're happy to be here. That's my problem. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is General Gerry on the General Gerry channel, signing out. I know this is a long video, folks, but I had to get this right. Again, if you enjoy this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully What Culture don't flag me down.